Good morning. I'm Jay Hartley, the regional minister and president of the Christian Church in Arizona, and I like to eat. I really like to eat. I eat at 8 o'clock in the morning and 12 noon and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, just about every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. I like to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I never miss a meal, except for once. Several years ago, I was on sabbatical and I went to the Trappist Monastery in Kentucky, the Abbey of Gethsemane, for a spiritual life retreat. And one day I got up in the morning and took a book of Christian mystic writers and walked across the highway and into the woods and found a quiet spot and started reading. And I would read a little bit, and then I'd set the book down, and I just sat on the edge of this little bridge over a pond, and was all alone in nature, all by myself. And it was just feeding my spirit and my soul. And I'd read a few pages, and I'd sit, and I'd sit in prayer, I would call it. Not that I was necessarily talking or thinking words, but I was observing nature and soaking it in and enjoying it. And then off in the distance, I heard the bell ringing that it was time for lunch. And, instinctually, I said, I got to go back. I got to hurry to make sure I'm back in time for lunch. And then something came over me, and I said, you know what? I don't have to. I could just stay here. The woods were so restorative to me. They were nurturing my spirit. They were feeding my soul in a way that food didn't necessarily do. So I decided I would just stay there. And it was about 4:30 in the afternoon when I finally got up and left that spot. And it may sound stupid or silly to you because you may not be so compulsive about eating every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of your life. But I pretty much am. And it was just this incredibly freeing and empowering moment to just realize I was out there in this gorgeous, beautiful spot, and that was better for me than eating. And many times I have found that nature has restored me. Going to the Grand Canyon is about my favorite place in the world, and hiking is seeing the beauty is amazing. Being on top of the Smoky Mountains after hiking in. But that day out in the woods across from the Abbey of Gethsemane is among the most memorable of my life because I realized that nature has so much power to give and to restore. And I am grateful for it. I'm grateful for our green spaces. I'm grateful for our desert wild spaces. I'm grateful to be part of God's good creation.